Hello, good day. My name is Said Faremi. I am presenting on the 10th objections in respect to Alan Turing. In 1950, Alan Turing proposed a behavioral test for machine learning intelligence, which focuses on if a machine could converse differently from a human. He argued and says, if you test today, why are these tests insufficient and why is it always been insufficient for one specific reason? My 10th objection to the Turing test is the metacognitive default. The central claim is that genuine thinking requires that a thinker can monitor as well as evaluate his own knowledge. Knowing that this focuses on knowing what he does not know, being able to confidently assure that it doesn't know this to this extent, and also like when it's uncertain. Current AI system cannot do this, and because the Alan Turing test only measure conversational output, it cannot dictate the absence. That is why passing the Turing test is not enough to establish that a machine can think. I move to the next slide. The physiological grounding comes from John Flavel from one of the literature publication, which defined metacognition in 1979 as the capacity to monitor and regulate your own cognitive states. It has three components, which focuses on know what you know what you don't know, and know when uncertain. A genuine thinker operates across all three items mentioned. Large language models, by contrast, have none of them, not because they lack intelligence in narrow sense, but because the architecture provides no mechanism for self-reflection based on within this thinking framework. The model generates outputs, but it cannot step outside that output and evaluate its own reliability in respect to the output generated. Moving to the next slide. The matrix presented here captures the problem. A genuine thinker knows which contract they occupy at any moment. An LLM does not know. Looking at this visualization, we have the conscious competence, conscious incompetence, unconscious incompetence, and unconscious competence. A machine cannot be able to know which state of awareness or which state of low awareness, high awareness or low awareness it is. That is not a minor limitation, it's a structural absence. The Turing test cannot expose it because the test only observes the output rather than the system relation to the quality of the output it generates itself. A machine can pass the Turing test while remaining entirely blind to this own. Going to the technical evidence, the empirical evidence makes this concrete. In a research publication by Go and his colleague in 2017 demonstrated that a systematic 28 calibration gap, models report 90% confidence while achieving only 62% accuracy. Another literature by G and colleagues in 2023 found that roughly 3 in 10 outputs are hallucinated, with no certainty signal distinguishing them from correct outputs. Cadavat and colleagues confirmed that even when models are trained to express uncertainty, it is learned in a stylish pattern, not a genuine self-knowledge. The architecture has no self-monitoring loop. This is not a capacity problem that scaling will solve. It is a structural problem within the machine itself. Going to the next slide. The objection is actually distinct from Turing's original knowing. The conscious objection asks whether machine affects experience. Metacognitive deficit is epistemic, and I'm asking that whether this machine feels anything and whether this can reflect the reliability of his own output. Those are different questions and none of Turing lines. So can machine think? No. Not why they cannot. Not while they cannot know what they do not know. Turing tested behavior. The metacognitive data shows that behavior is not enough. A system can perform perfectly in conversation while being entirely unaware when it is wrong. The Turing test was never designed to dictate the absence, and it cannot, until AI system develop genuine epistemic self-awareness, not as a trained style, but as an architectural capacity.